Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you how to play Kahoot and how you can use it as a method of formative assessment in your own classroom. There are three things that I want to be able to accomplish with the time that we have together in this video. The first thing is to answer the question, what is Kahoot? Next, I want to show you how to create a quiz. And finally, I want to show you how to play Kahoot. So first off, I want to answer the question, what is Kahoot? Kahoot is a game-based classroom response system. It's played in real time and provides instant feedback to the students and teacher. Multiple choice questions and answers are projected from the teacher's device, and students compete against each other to quickly answer the question using their own internet accessible device. Now that you have a little bit more of an understanding of what Kahoot is, let's move on to how to create a quiz. In order to do this, you'll need a device with internet access, and you will need to go to this website, kahoot.com, Kahoot.com. You can open this up in any browser. I personally prefer Google Chrome, but Firefox, Safari, and Internet Explorer will work just as well. Once you've gotten to the Kahoot homepage, you will either need to log in or sign up if you do not already have a username and password. You can use your Google or Microsoft account to sign in, or you can use a personal username and password like I have right here. Upon signing in, you will see a black toolbar at the top of this screen, and to make a new Kahoot, we are going to press the purple button at the top right-hand corner that says New K. Now today I'm going to show you how to create a Kahoot quiz, but if you aren't interested, Kahoot does have a few other activities as well. But to create a new quiz, we are going to press the quiz icon. Every quiz is required to have a title, a description. It will also allow hashtags in the description, so that's fun. My students love to see what hashtags I use. And you also are required to include an audience. So I use this for school purposes, but you can see there are a number of other purposes as well. There are a few customizable features, including privacy settings and language. I can also credit resources. But one of my favorite things to do is to insert an intro video that plays at the beginning when students are signing into the gameplay itself. The easiest way to do this is to use YouTube. So go to YouTube, search for whichever video you'd like to play at the beginning. I love the Jeopardy theme song. So if you press share, this little text box will pop up and you can copy this link, return to your intro video, and paste it into this link right here. Another great feature that you can include is a cover image. You can choose to upload your own or use some preloaded images thanks to Google. There are a few themes, but I'm going to go to math and scroll down until I find one that's geometry related. And in order to insert this image, all I have to do is press the blue plus sign. Once you have all of your options customized, you can press OK Go. And it brings you to the page where you can start adding questions to your Kahoot. Kahoots are highly customizable. You can add as many multiple choice questions as you like. In order to do that, press the Add Question box. Now, just like the quiz name, there are a few required areas on the quiz. You need to include a question. You'll also need to include at least 2 answers, and you'll need to check that at least one of those answers is correct. So for my first question, I wrote, what is the center radius form of the circle formula? Over to the side, you'll see the number 42. That's how many characters I have left from typing this question. And at the bottom, I do have the ability to bold, italicize, and use superscript, subscript, and add in specific symbols. You'll need to set a time limit. Every question is timed. You can have a time limit from 5 seconds to 120 seconds. Personally, I think 5 seconds is too short, but if you're doing math problems with your kids and they need time to work out the problem, you might need to set the time limit to 60 seconds or maybe even 120 seconds. But for most questions, I think 20 seconds is appropriate. You can also toggle on or off if you'd like to award points for this question. I always award points for questions. It allows the students to compete with each other in this activity. You can also choose to insert a Google image, upload your own image, or add a video. For this specific question, I do have an image saved on my computer, so I can upload it and it will appear up in this corner. The next thing I need to do is insert some answer choices. I just copied and pasted this formula in because it's quite lengthy. You only need 2. You can use up to 4. I like to always have one of my answer choices as I don't know. Just for formative assessment purposes, it helps me to know which kids I really need to pull aside and reteach a concept to versus the kids who may have just made a tiny mistake. Finally, the last thing you'll need to do is select which ones of your options is actually correct, which is this lovely formula right here. Once you're done with your question, press next, and you can continue adding questions until you have all the questions that you want for your Kahoot quiz. I went ahead and added a few more questions. A nice feature on this quiz page is that I can go ahead and edit this question. I can duplicate the question, and I can also delete questions that I no longer like. When you are ready to be done with your quiz, you can press save. And you're going to have some options to edit this, preview it, play it, or share it with others. Now, if you were actually going to launch this and play it in a classroom, you would press the play button. However, just so that you get a feel of what this looks like for the teacher and the student, we are going to preview it. All right, so now we're going to move on to how to play Kahoot. Students will need to go to kahoot.it on any internet-based device. Once students sign in, they should see a screen similar to the cell phone on the right, and teachers should see a screen similar to the one on the left. There are 2 modes of play. There's player versus player, which is a one-to-one device, or team versus team, which students have to share devices. There's also a couple game options for the teacher to choose. Usually I have the name generator on so students aren't typing in their own name. It kind of saves on privacy. You can also randomize the order of questions and answers. So once the teacher presses play, the game will load. Jeopardy song is going to be playing in the background, but I've muted my speakers so that that is not playing while I'm speaking. This number right here has to be displayed, and the student is going to type it in as the game pin, so 15903. And as they enter, they are going to spin. This is the name generator working for them. So I am Honest Moose, and that sounds pretty great. So my name pops up on the screen. And once the teacher determines that everybody is into the game, they can press start. It may take a couple seconds for the questions to load. That's okay. But here's the first question. What is the center radius form of the circle formula? So the questions are going to appear on the screen, which is projected for the kids to see. And the students on their screen are only going to see shapes and colors. So I know that the diamond is the correct answer, so I'm going to click that. And I see that it's correct. The teacher also gets immediate feedback and then can progress to the next question. This is the podium. I'm the only person playing, so I have first place. How many sides does a triangle have? Oh, a side triangle has 2, 5, 3, or I don't know. Well, I don't know. Oh, I got that question wrong. I can see as the teacher how many students answered in which category, and the check represents the correct answer. And finally, which shape has 4 sides of equal length and 4 right angles? So that is either a square, a rectangle, a rhombus, or a circle. That is a square. At the end, you can see who got the most points, and as a teacher, you can get results. These results you can save, so I can see every student and what they answered for a direct download to a spreadsheet, or you can save it to your Google Drive. You can also choose to play again or do a new game. The students also have a chance to enter some feedback, so I think it's great. I learned something, and I would recommend this, and I'm feeling happy. Well, that is how you play Kahoot. There's so many different uses of this game, but now that you have a basic overview of it, I hope that you can take this into your classroom and use it for formative assessment in your classroom. Thanks so much for watching.